So I want to tell you of a dream I had, actually two of them, why they're significant. I'm not going to be on here long. My Wi-Fi is acting up, so the only way I can do videos is going live. So I dreamt that I was getting remarried to my husband and Jeremy, and this is on the day that they legalized the or Roe versus Wade type of deal, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But my sister Lisa had a lilac sundress ready for me, and she said um, um, that she would do my hair. And I saw my brother Craig, and whom I do not get along with, and all my family come there. I said, "What are they doing here?" She said, "I don't know. I didn't invite them. Dad might have." I said, "All the food is prepped and ready to go. All I want is Dad to walk me down the aisle." So Dad said, "Let's hurry." He grabbed my arm. You know how you grab each other's arm like this. And I said, "I forgot I have no music." And no one wanted to perform the ceremony. Um, and I was desperately trying to get music on my phone in time. And so this whole time I'm barefoot. I'm in a rush. And sorry, I had a phone call. And so I was desperately trying to get music on my phone, and I was barefoot, and I didn't have my hair done at all. It was actually down in dust. I was in such a hurry to get this done. And I said, "I don't have anybody to perform the ceremony." So Dad said, "I will do it." Um, so Dad said, "I'm going to do it." So as we was walking down this room, it was completely red and it was kind of dim, and my husband took over my arm and walked me down to the other side of the aisle. And then I heard real fast, "Here comes the bride, here comes the bride, here comes the bride," three times really, really fast. And then I woke up. Okay, Jeremy was my husband, and it means God will lift up or God will unloosen. Ray means purpose, aim, wise protector. Lisa means God is abundance, God is my oath, God has sworn, and God's promise. Okay, lilac actually represents the color purple. Okay, which represents wealth or royalty. Purple dye was made from the blood of sea snails from the Mediterranean Sea. Wearing purple and lilac represents royalty, grandeur, independence, devotion, and also being highly favored by God. And the scripture I got was Song of Solomon 2:13, and it says, "Lilacs are exuberantly purple and perfumed, and cherry trees fragrant with blossoms. Oh, get up, my dear friend, my fair one, my beautiful lover, and come to me." Representing the rapture. There are going to be so many people that we do not believe is going to make it. Every single person is called to this invitation, to this wedding. Every single person. It's up to them to accept the invite. Okay? And it being rushed means things are getting ready to escalate like never before, like back to back to back. And we know that Jesus he's the Redeemer coming to get his prized possession, which is us. Okay? And the fact that my dad was performing everything and the food was ready, the feast at the wedding banquet won't happen until we're all there towards the end. You know, the Bema seat and all that wonderful stuff that we get to do. So, anyways, I wanted to tell you that dream because it was just crazy how I was dressed in royalty, walking down red carpet, and now the opposite representing is as he shall come as lightning strikes from the east to the west, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man. So when he comes, it's going to come in the cloud of glory from the east and to the west, in which this is also why I personally believe when you die, they bury you facing the east. So yeah, I also have, many have been saying that CERN is going into full capacity. Now, I was back in April, they said that they already opened up CERN full to its max. Well, now we have had a massive solar flare that hit, and I have been sick for 2.5 days due to it. Tired. I was cold for no reason in 100-degree weather. I was in sweatpants and a shirt, and I started running a low-grade fever. I was nauseous. I couldn't eat. I was dizzy, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then I read about that we had that massive solar flare. The Schumann Renaissance, that's really getting entangled with everything. And with CERN's full capacity being open, we only know what's going to happen. More and more demons are going to be released into like the Nephilim. Okay, back like in Noah's time. And something I wanted to bring up a long time ago and never did. Dinosaurs are the beasts of the earth that have been represented in the Bible during the time of the Nephilim. So it's not like, oh my gosh, dinosaurs were here, these are cool, happened during this time and that time. No, it was an era during the time of Noah. That is what wiped them out. That is where the great Pangea comes from, and all these scholars and scientists and teachers will sit there and teach you about the ice age and this and that. That stuff is just theories. What actually happened is Noah, during the time of Noah, the whole entire earth was flooded, and that shifted everything. When the waters receded, now this is what we have today. This is how everything came about, and everything was split apart. Okay, July 1st, we have the gun law that is going into place. We just had Roe versus Wade, these abortion laws that were overturned. We obviously know the reason why they are allowing these guns now to be legal for carrying without a permit, because we are going to emancipate ourselves. We're going to annihilate ourselves. I mean, we are going to do it from ourselves. So therefore, then they can have total gun control. Therefore, will then become martial law. They have us right under their thumb. All this was planned. No matter if it's a planned win or not, it doesn't matter. Whether it's a blessing from God or whether it is a man-made thing, what's going to happen is it has to happen. Okay, and there's been a lot of murders and stuff, especially talked about in the Bible, what's going to happen during the seal timing. And the oil reserve, I don't know if you guys knew this, dropped below 500 million barrels. Our economy is collapsing, it's not climbing. And we know that everything right now, you feel the sorrow of the spirit. The non-believer feels nothing. Absolutely. That is absolutely correct. And then July 5th, we have that Global Pact meeting. And at the end of the month, it's the peak of the alignment up into July. And then Tuesday, the 28th through the 30th, we have the G7 summit, which is taking place now. And then we have how Russia launches missiles onto Kiev ahead of the critical NATO summit, and we will find out if Finland and Sweden are now on board with NATO. Now, I have to tell you of this dream I had this morning. It was real quick. North Korea can test a nuclear bomb on the 4th or 5th also. I believe when the bombs come down, we go up. Absolutely 100%, I believe that. This morning, I dreamt that I was on the outside. Somehow, some way, I literally watched this bus flip into the ocean. Like it was like this, and it literally just flipped right on over. Perfectly flipped on over. Everybody was in their seatbelts, hanging upside down. Which obviously represents the world being upside down. Now, it was my duty to help them out so none of them drowned. The first scenario went in my head, in my dream, oh, they all died. They drowned. I couldn't get to them fast enough. But no, the voice of God's telling me, go in there and rescue these people. And so I did. And when I rescued them, we were on dry land. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which means it is time to sink or swim. Or, yeah, are you going to get out and help those to bring in the message? Are you going to do what needs to be done for God to finish his work so we can bring in the last of the harvest? Because right now, everything is ready. It's plentiful. And then, yeah, so there's that. And then now, another thing I want to say, Putin ally announces First City Russia will strike if World War III starts. And we already know where they're going to strike first. It's going to be over in Europe, which is very bad because they have a lot to do with our trade and everything. So, and it's ironic that within a week of the FDA approving shots for 6 months, 5 years, on Roe versus Wade was overturned, that babies can now get shot, and many UK scientists, doctors, epidemiologists, etc., are saying this shot alters your DNA. Okay, sounds like Nephilim bloodline. And also that same day Roe versus Wade was overturned, adds up to 666. And so therefore, with CERN being ramped up, this is a in step of what's happening for the Antichrist to take his throne. Guys, we are so close. Get grounded, get stocked up, get ready. Things are about to get heated like you've never seen before. Be grounded in Ephesians 6. And I'm over and out. God bless. See you there in the air.